that should get it all right. So we're gonna try it, and we'll see if it don't get it. The conference call recording will, and for sure, and we'll.
Well, with the Skyport, I got it up to about 250, about half of what I got for GEI. That's
Keep
because you
doing
have to have a phone. That's because you have to have a phone number.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Reverend Gabe?
Keep doing it. It will pay off eventually. It's a numbers game.
Oh yeah.
If you get one out of every 100, you'll be doing fantastic. I mean, fantastic. If you just get one out of every 100, you'll be doing fantastic.
That would be pretty damn good odds.
That would be really good.
I'm thinking, on the average from what I've done in the past, it's usually anywhere from 500 to 1,000 to get one.
Yep. Sometimes it runs up like that.
But that's like I did one thing one time, and you get that negative idea that this ain't working.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. One day, all of a sudden, I got 3 all in the same day. Boom, boom, boom.
That's what new people come in and get a little discouraged, because they'll especially if they use safe lists, they'll look at a safe list and it says, well, they're blasting out to 500,000 people, and they'll blast their ad out to 500,000 people, and they won't see 1, maybe 2 responses out of it, and
I want to know where
they
they
get
get
discouraged.
500,000.
Well,
all my safe lists, I can only run 1,000. I think my biggest one, I can send out 5,000.
Well, I'm on one list that has 50,000.
Really?
Really?
All in one shot?
Yep. Over 50,000. Free safe
You're
list
gonna have
mail is what it is.
Huh? If
free
you get any
free
results
safe list
from it.
mailer.
Yes, I do.
I use free safe list.
Well, you'll have to send me those high pollutant 50,000 enough type.
I like using ones that are around anywhere from 15,000 up to the 50,000, and then I use Hercules, and that has, I think, 72,000 when I send it out, and I like using solo ads when I can, because people tend to read those more and tend to concentrate on them more, and I try to mix it up.
Well, you must be a paid member then, because I have that Hercules or whatever you call it.
Yep.
And I'm only allowed to send 1,000 a day.
Oh. That's not very many. Yeah, I'm a paid member. I paid one time. I paid a lifetime upgrade. I forget what I paid. It wasn't that much.
Well, I might have to look into a couple of these, if they're one-time upgrades and you can send that many, because, right now I'm still learning the game, so to speak. 1,000 a day, that seems to be okay.
Not really. When you consider they have 72,000 or 82,000 on their rolls.
Yeah.
Talk about a very high crapshoot.
Well, like you said, I'll have to look into that that situation. Of course, I have a hard time keeping them all straight, but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Because usually when it comes to safe list, I have a couple I can only email every 3 days, but there's one that I can do that every 3 days, but it's 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
But I still can only do it every 3 days.
Yeah.
But I don't think. Yeah, I have to look because I really don't know. But I don't think that I have any upgraded safe list. I have maybe a handful of upgraded traffic exchanges,
Mm-hmm.
and that's only because I managed to get a little bit of feedback on those. So I said, okay,
Mm-hmm.
might be worth it.
Yeah. See, I'm counting on people to contact me because of my ad, not because of my website. Because you see, I'm doing it differently.
Yeah, but you do a lot of the video thing too.
Yeah, I do both. I try to be different. I try to be original. I see Tony Lee's ads day after day after day after day, clicking for credits, and he changes up his titles, his formats, and stuff. But I don't know if he's getting results or not. I kind of doubt it.
Huh. Well, I'm kind of, I don't know, old school in the sense that I like to set up an ad,
Mm-mm.
and then I like to run it
I'm
continuously
just
because
listening.
I want somebody to get used to, how shall I say, seeing the same thing. I just think that maybe there's a higher probability that they might finally click on it because they recognize it.
What did you say? I'm listening to Robert and Dave.
I guess there's two schools of thought on that, right?
Now, you've seen this ad on IBO Exchange, haven't you? About the ugly business?
Yeah.
Now, that's
Yeah, I've seen your ad.
Well, that's not
and then
mine.
I've seen the one that you got the video.
Yep.
Which I'd say is pretty good.
Thank you. Try to be original.
But I guess I'm a little, well, not shy, because I'm far from shy, but I can't see doing a video with somebody who's got no teeth and,
Yeah,
But I've seen a couple videos you can't even tell.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they talk and their teeth stand out like a neon sign. Other people get on there and I see them talk, you can't even see their teeth.
Mm-hmm.
You know they got them, because every once in a while they'll smile and say, oh, there they are. But see, when I smile, they say, what the hell? That's a big hole in that cavity. But yeah.
You know what my philosophy on that is, Robert?
Yeah, go for it.
If they look at you and see what they perceive to be somebody different,
Yeah.
they may say, hey, if he can do it, I can certainly do it. If he can make money at it, and I'm more or less ordinary, because I look for the unordinary person. I look for the person that sticks out in the crowd.
Yeah.
They're the kinds I want to attract. Because let's face it,
that's
ordinary
I did that one video with my crazy hat. That definitely got attention.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody ever signed up.
I've seen people with Google eyes on their eyes and stuff like that, and they're, wearing all like remember how Chuck used to use those icons on the hangouts he would do?
Yeah.
That's always interesting. They may or may not sign up, but you never know.
Well, that's the bottom line. It's in a sense kind of like Russian roulette. You never know if that bullet's in the chamber.
Yeah.
I mean, you could spin that chamber and go 25, 30, 40, 50 times. if you're that lucky.
Yep.
But, it's basically the same thing.
Hmm. Have you seen that movie that had Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock in it called The Heat?
No, I don't think so.
It's a funny movie.
It's called The Heat.
Yeah, The Heat.
I'll have to look, 'cause I got about 4,000 videos. I might have it somewhere.
It's funny. Mike, you still there?
Mm-hmm.
We boring you? Mike?
Here.
So I think he's hurting.
I know he's hurting. He told me he was.
He's hurting for certain.
I was just sitting back listening because I was trying to learn something here, you know.
You know this thing about being different?
Yeah.
Because I want to be different, because 97% of all marketers fail. They don't make any money. They make very little, or if any. And only 3% don't fail.
You want to be like the 3%, huh?
I think the 3% are the ones that are doing it right, that are doing it differently.
Must be. Sounds like it.
Yeah, but by definition,
this is one
by
crowd.
definition, different can mean a lot of different things.
Yep.
You've seen that one girl that does that. What the hell? She's always got that bird thing on her head.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you can't forget her. I've never signed up for ad creator. That's what it is. But yeah, she's, and I don't know what she does because I don't know her, but she jumps off. I saw her one time jump off the couch. But like you say, she got attention.
Got your attention.
Right. But, I guess I'm a stick in the mud. I like to think that the attention I want to get is the attention that says, hey, work with me and I'll take you to the moon. I'll show you how to do it.
We've already been to the moon. Let's go somewhere different.
Well, I can take you anywhere in the universe, but you better be ready. 'Cause,
You know what I heard a man say once? That when Christ comes back and settles the world down, that we'll be able to go anywhere in the world or in the universe at the speed of thought. Basically, we'll think, I want to go to Alpha Centauri today. And boom, we'll be there. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be neat? If you say, I want to have lunch in Tokyo today, boom, you're there.
Yeah, but don't you know you can do that right now?
No, I don't know that.
The human brain, the human thought, is the only thing that can't be measured, in the sense that you can be clear across the universe, because for the spirit there is no time. Even the Bible tells us that.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, I like to think that some of my dreams are so weird and so out there, that I really believe that when I go to bed at night, sometimes my spirit takes me clear across the universe to a different world, different planet, and it's possible. But you got to get in touch with that ability.
Yeah.
Who was that guy? See me, I am always bad with names, but he was a person who healed people, but he was able to leave his body and go, and I guess basically, in a sense, go literally right into that person's body, find out what was causing the problem, and heal it. And the one story that got me was when he told this patient that he needed to take this particular, we'll call it a prescription, and just go to the pharmacist and get it. So he went, and the pharmacist told him, no, we don't have that particular item that you're looking for. So he called the guy back and says, the pharmacists don't have it. So he told the guy, he says, well, you tell the pharmacist to go into his back room, go on to the third or fourth shelf, go clear to the top, behind a red box, you'll find it. And he went there. And he found it.
Wow.
Casey, wasn't his last name Casey? What was his first name? Casey flew across my mind.
I don't know.
I guess you have to be into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
At one time, he really got upset because they wanted to do some tests on his abilities. And they poked so many holes in him, trying to figure out how he was doing what he did. Because he would literally, basically, in a sense, he would lay down on a table, and for a lack of a better way to say it, he'd go into a trance. And then he'd leave his body, and he'd go wherever he had to go to get the information he needed. But he had control of what he did. He was very well known. I just can't think of his name. I mean, Casey popped in my head, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's correct.
Great. Casey was a baseball player.
Mighty
Well,
Casey
no, this is
had struck out.
Yeah.
well, see, I'm not into baseball. I'm into but he wasn't the only one, but he was the most well-known. Edgar Casey. That's it. Never heard of him.
Nope.
Man, you gotta go on your computer and search that. Edgar Casey, I think that's it.
Okay.
He was, huh?
I'll look him up.
Yeah, he was very well known for his abilities. But there were a lot of skeptics that didn't believe that he was doing what he was doing. But his so-called followers believed 100% that he had the ability to do it. And he was one of the very, very few people in the last, let's say 100 years that had that ability. And he would tell people all the time, he says, it's not me, I'm not a genius, I haven't got any special things here. Anybody could do it if they really set their mind to doing it.
I believe we had someone just join us there. This is.
Hi,
I
Sandy.
heard a bell.
Sandy. How you doing?
Hey, there's Sandy.
How y'all doing?
Good.
I'm waiting for Melissa to get home. These dogs are here, and I can't leave the kitchen. She's nowhere. My goodness. But anyway, I'll try to talk over the music. Dance practicing tonight.
How you been, Sandy?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good.
I'm going to move into the farthest part of the kitchen I can so the music doesn't drown it out.
Can't even hear. Can't even hear it.
Oh, they're talking about what they're going to play next. They haven't going to play. Hold on a second.
You remember, Sandy, you asked me about that particular site?
Okay. I had to move my laptop. So what's going on?
Hey, do you remember when you asked me about that particular site? I said, You said that you had to put in something.
Yeah, they were
username?
asking for a sign-in. I didn't have a sign-in. Did you know what I was talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and I think what you had to do is just put in your email address and a password, and they would let you in. But I found out after you got done with your 20, I got up to $360.
Wow.
And then you have to go to continue, and then you have to fund the account with $250, and you have to play 50 more games. Then after the 50 more games, you can take your money out. But you got to
So they
put the
give you
250 in.
Yeah, they give you the 350.
I won the 360. They give you 50 to start with,
You
and I
won
played
the
20 games.
I see. Oh,
And I got up to 360. But then they said you have to fund your account with $250,
Oh.
which would have brought it up to 250 and 360, about 500 something. Then you played 50 more games, and then you would be allowed to take out your profits if you had
So
any.
you lose the game.
Yeah, once you put in your 250, how do you know you're not going to start losing?
Yeah. That'd be
It's
my
kind of like
problem.
gambling.
Yeah, that'd be my problem. Oh, well.
Because basically what it really was you're playing the stock market, and they're using money like gold and silver and different monies around the country.
Yeah.
And they have this so-called, and I don't know, I've heard about it all the time, but they say that, they have that algorithm, whatever that is, that can get the percentages of being correct almost up to 95 to 98%. And so when you play the first 20 and you start with $50 and you get it up to, in my case, 360.
Yeah.
If you're not careful, you think, all right, this is cool. I'll put in my 250 and start making some money.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's how they do it. That's how they get you.
Yeah, put in my 250 and never see him again.
You know what they say in Vegas, don't you, Robert?
They say a lot of things in Vegas.
One thing I'm thinking about in particular is the fact the house never loses.
Yeah.
The house never loses.
Yep.
Well, the
this
one
is
I
also
always-
saying that the guy rides a multi-$1,000 bus to Vegas. A multi-$1,000 car to Vegas and goes home in a multi-$1,000 bus. So, yeah.
Well, the one I like the best is they did not build all those casinos in Vegas on winners.
You're right.
That's right.
And that gets around to the same thing. The house never loses.
Nope, they don't. The odds are on their side.
Absolutely.
That's like the one I saw one time, and I had a friend of mine. We were discussing it. I said, "Look at there. The house says you win 97% of the time." I said, "Wow, that's pretty cool." And he said, "But you know what that means?" And I said, "No, what's it mean?" It means that for every dollar you put in, they're kind of indirectly guaranteeing you that you will get 97 cents back. So every dollar you put in, you're going to be guaranteed to lose 3 cents.
Yep.
Yep.
Miss Sandy,
Well,
let me
it's a
ask
nice
you a
idea.
question.
Yeah.
Does doing this on the phone line once a week, does that help you with your busy schedule and also trying to keep
It
up with
really
Doug?
doesn't matter. My big problem is Tuesday night he plays an open jam, and if the band is playing like at the open jam,
Mm-hmm.
I like to go and see them.
Oh yeah.
And Thursday nights there's usually an open jam, but I don't necessarily go to that one unless it's really unusual for the band to go and play at that, but they could. But Doug is the house drummer on Tuesday nights, so it's more likely they'll be there. So Tuesday nights is just usually crummy. Thursday isn't too bad. But, I mean, I don't mind the phone. Either way is good. Skype, phone.
Well, I know. In the past when we just did it strictly on the phone, that you used to call in on your cell phone a lot. So I know you've told me you was showing a house and you'd go out to the car and call in on the call and everything. So
yeah, I can do that.
I just thought it made it a little bit more convenient for you, but
yeah.
We my main goal for this is to provide people that we invite to come to the calls more of an opportunity, because right now if we want someone to come to our call, we've got to invite them to give us a call on Skype and make a Skype contact there, and then we can take that Skype contact, and it's a little complicated. Once they're in, of course, then they can come back, every week. But it just with the phone call, all we have to do is give them the phone call and access number, and they can call in themselves directly. And I'm just trying to make it more convenient for people, so that we'll have more attendance. That's my goal.
Probably not a bad idea. Yeah.
Dave and I talked about it a week or so ago, and we decided we'd give it a try here and see if it works out to where it starts helping, with a little bit better attendance. And that's the reason I was asking you, would it make it a little bit more convenient for you if we did it this way? We still want to do the Skype call too. That way we're giving everybody, everybody opportunity there. So, and I am, if I ever get my act together, I am recording the call. Using the phone call, I've also got the free conference call system doing the recording as well, recording the audio. So maybe between either them or me, we'll come up with a recording that I can actually feel like it's good enough to post. Last week I forgot to push the record button, and not Tuesday night I forgot to push the record button. So, and last Thursday night it just didn't sound good. I was hearing too many echoes from my voice in there. So I just I'm trying to come up with a quality call to show that we're a quality support team, but in the same process I want to make it easy for everybody to have access. So I know that we have some people scattered around the globe that the phone line's not really an option for them, where Skype is being over the internet is an option. So doing it with one call with each, we have everything covered, and they can at least try to get in on one call or the other.
Gives you a better chance of catching people, so that's good. Well, let me share something I've learned on Facebook. I've been trying to post on Facebook again.
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about all these sites that have sell something? And you got to put in the price and put your product in?
Yes.
I got around it. There's a little, between sell something and create poll, there's a little thing that says start discussion. You click on that, and then you kind of hover where it says to write something, and it brings up a thing so you can post a picture. I post my picture, and then while that's loading, I put in my text with my link.
Well, thank you.
So that's how you get the. Yeah, it had me so buffaloed because I get all these notifications about people that are posting on these sites. And, well, how the heck are they doing it? But that's how they're doing it.
I understand. Thank you. We'll try it that way. Huh? It was confusing me too a little bit.
I mean, that just started like out of the blue, and I thought, what in the world have they done?
Yeah. No.
seems to have gotten around him.
That
The doggies are just laying here, such good boys. Look at that. Actually, it's a boy and a girl.
sounds like a little secret that we have to share with our other people there, and we can do this. Like I said, this call is going to be posted. It is recorded. Being recorded. Actually, I'm hoping I'm recording it 2 different times and 2 different ways, but one way or the other, we're going to have something that we can post. So we'll get the word out to people that way.
And you'll have music in the background. Oh my. Yeah, Melissa was supposed to work until 8. They may have kept her later. But yeah, these folks that gave us the dogs, they are going on a 6-month, like a discipleship training thing.
Yeah.
And they're going to Montana. But from Montana, they could be sent out into like the mission field somewhere. I have no idea where. And I said to them, not tonight, but earlier on, I said, if you guys come back and you decide you want your dogs, we're not going to keep your dogs. And we'll suck it up and find other dogs. And they were very touched by that. But she said they didn't know whether they'd be coming back to this area, which was interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But the dogs seem to have adapted. I was a little worried. They watched the door when the folks left and glued to the window. I thought, oh my, this is going to be a problem.
Well,
they seem okay. They just laying here so sweet.
If they get a little attention and get fed regular, they'll realize that it's not so bad where they're at. So.
Well, you gotta feel for people. That's a tough thing to leave your animals.
Yeah. When I was
So how's everybody in your family? Is everything settled out?
Mike? No, it's still topsy turvy here. We got.
Oh.
Actually, my wife's father is actually doing a little better, and he was up.
That's good.
Able to get in a wheelchair and go to the dining hall tonight to eat, and that's something he hadn't been able to do for a while. And he was looking a little better, and so we're encouraged. He told my son-in-law that he didn't know if this life was worth carrying on anymore. And my son-in-law told him that since my son-in-law don't have any parents or grandparents or anything, they've all deceased. So he told him, he said, well, you're kind of like the only grandfather I got, and that's why I like to come see you so much. And he said, well, if that be the case, maybe I'll just stay around a while.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Good. Here's Melissa. Hey. I'm going to put you guys on mute.
Reverend Dave shared his back pains with me. I think he's trying to give them to me all together. He seems to be getting better, which we're glad and praise God for it. But for some reason or other, my back has been killing me where I can't hardly get around here the last day or so. And I don't even know what I did to it, but as many times as I fell here lately, there's bound to be something I did to it. So. Anyway, he's been real nice and sharing with me. So.
Well, I found a surefire cure for it, Mike.
What's that?
You just rub ethyl alcohol on the inside of the wound.
Maybe we won't try that one. Maybe we won't try that one.
Make you feel better.
Or at least not care whether you do or not, huh?
Yeah. I wouldn't want to try to find out.
Nope.
I'm back.
All right. Robert, what's your opinion of doing phone call one night and Skype on another night?
Well, it works for me. I think if I were going to complain, my only complaint would be my ear gets tired holding the phone up.
Well, you know what I do.
I would.
You know what I do, Robert.
I haven't figured out to,
I use
hook my headset to my phone.
I use Skype to make my phone calls. In fact, I don't even have a home phone here. Period. I use Skype.
Well, I never thought of that. I could have done that, couldn't I?
And I use when I do that. Of course I use my headphones and microphone just like always. It's just like a regular Skype call.
I'll do that next time. I call it on my
Robert,
cell phone because
why can't you plug your headphones into your phone?
the
You got a
jacket's
little
too
pin?
big.
Oh,
No, because I have two separate hooks to go into my computer, so it won't work.
I see.
Oh yeah.
Now I've seen these so-called new phones that got the little thing that comes down on the side, and these people walking around with the thing in their ear all the time. I
Yes.
guess you could do it that way. I'm assuming that's what it is. They have a little kind of
Yeah, it is.
headset type thing on, and it's
A little Bluetooth
wired
you're
to
talking
their-
about?
Is that what it is? Bluetooth?
I've got a Bluetooth. I don't use it a lot with my phone because I don't like it plugged into my ear all the time. But it's wireless. It doesn't have any wires. Goes to the phone. Phone stays in my pocket all the time. And somebody calls, I just push the little button on the Bluetooth, and I can answer and talk back, and I'm free.
Oh, really?
It's real convenient when I'm driving. Because it's totally hands free.
I might have to look into that, but isn't Bluetooth pretty expensive?
Not anymore. You can go to Walmart or something. You can get one pretty cheap. And I don't know it. I just don't like things plugged into my ears, so I don't use it a lot. if I'm gonna be out driving, and I don't drive much. My wife does most of the driving around here, so. But if I got to go out and be driving or something, I take it with me and use it that way. It's pretty
See, I'm an
convenient.
alien, so I'm used to having something stuck in
You're
my
an
ear
alien.
24/7.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were an Earthling.
Well, that was my assignment when they sent me here. Because
To find out how it works or to make sure it doesn't.
yeah, they didn't want me to scare anybody. I mean,
Well, I use Skype has a subscription that you can subscribe to. It costs like $29.95 a year, which is pretty cheap. And
$29.95 a year or $2.99 a month.
Yeah, well, about the same. And
Yeah, because I think that's what I pay. I pay mine monthly.
yeah, and that gives me access to all of the United States, most of the islands down in the Caribbean and that area there, and all of Canada. They do have subscription where you can add Europe to that, but
Yeah, I ought to use that. But I didn't even think of it when we did the call. But next time I will.
usually if I'm talking to Europe, I just go ahead and try to arrange it on Skype, but calling Canada and in the States and stuff like that, it's basically my house phone. I don't even have. I had a house phone, and got to figuring out that I was paying some pretty big money for that house phone, and I never was using it. So
But
we got
I
rid
got
of
a
it.
question for you, Mike.
Yes, sir.
If you're using Skype, I can understand where I can sit down and call out all the time. In fact, you can get a Skype phone number, I guess.
You
But
can.
if you're using Skype, then how can somebody call you? How would I know when it rang?
On your Skype phone number, and you know when it rings. It rings Skype just like it does any other time. When
But that
somebody
means
calls,
you
just
have
like
to
when
be on.
somebody calls you on Skype, if somebody's calling you on the phone, then you know
Right,
it
but you
it
have to
rings.
be on your computer.
It still ring. It still rings in. You
Oh, it'll
no,
ring and leave a message.
no, I don't have to. I don't have to be on my computer because I have a Skype app on my cell phone as well. So if I'm away from the house or something like that, and they call me on Skype, or they call Skype number and it calls into it, it rings my cell phone. So
Ah.
it
Well,
I'm
see,
I'm
now if I could figure out how to do that, that might work really good.
uh,
Oh, real quick,
I'm pretty. Yeah, it's just a real simple little application you can get for the cell phone. You can get one either through the Google Play Store if you got the whatever they call it, or if you got the iPhone, you can get it through the through Apple there through their app store, and
Oh, I have to inquire
it's a
about
free
that.
app, free app, and I just download it on my cell phone. Then now I can get
Mike,
Skype anywhere I go.
isn't that the one you pay for, though? The calls you make with Skype? You
Mm.
pay for those, don't you? Those are not free Skype calls.
If you
No.
well, they are as long as I'm using my subscription, in the States or Canada, like I said, or there's places down in the islands and stuff. If I call Europe, then yeah, it costs me. But they do have a subscription where you can get there where it doesn't cost anything extra to call Europe. So I just
Yeah, I think that's probably about 120 a year because I think
it's a
I
little
saw
more, it's a
that.
little more for the European, and most everybody I talk to in Europe has Skype already. And so I just use Skype to Skype, and that still doesn't cost me anything. And I can do that either from my cell phone or from the computer. So
This modern technology blows me away.
long as I got it, long as I got internet access, my cell phone is still connected anywhere I go. Now here in this area, there are a few places that have absolutely zero cell phone signal. My house being one of them. There's cell phone. I use T-Mobile, and there's T-Mobile signal all around my house. But if you look at their coverage map, there's one little old teeny dot right in the middle of their coverage, and that dot is my house. Uh, but I get around that by going VoIP through the phone line through the internet, and that's one of the reasons I use Skype because I can go VoIP through the internet, and I do have internet service here, so I've got Wi-Fi
Huh.
set up in the house, and it all works out pretty good. I'm on Skype right now. I'm talking to y'all
Well,
on
we,
Skype.
we
yeah.
had Vonage. We had Vonage for a long time, and we were real happy with that, but it was expensive. It went up to like $12.99 a month.
Well,
So
I
then
use
we never used it. It was only basically, I put it in quotes, a landline. And then we got Magic Jack. And Magic Jack is fine, except you can't make any conference
You
calls.
can't make
Like,
conference
I can't
calls
make
with
this
Magic Jack.
call on that.
You can't.
So when you said about the Skype, I thought, that might be, we'll have to see about that. But it's very reasonable. I mean, you can't beat the price.
Oh,
Can't remember
Skype
how
is
it
super cheap. Yeah, that's that's what I say. That's like
No, I
$29.
mean, Magic Jack
Oh
is very
well, Magic
reasonable.
Jack was real cheap. Yeah, I tried Magic Jack until I figured out that I couldn't make a conference call, and I contacted
That's the one bad thing about it, yeah.
I contacted the people, and
But
they
if
say,
you
oh, well,
use
that's part of
Skype
the service. You can't make a
with
conference call.
if you use Skype with Bluetooth, wouldn't you have to have a Skype phone number?
Well, now if I
I mean,
want
so somebody
people,
could call.
I have to have a Skype phone number if I want people to that are not using Skype and are calling me on their regular phone line or their regular cell phone and number,
Uh-huh.
and they want to call me and connect to my Skype, then they have to call my Skype number. Yes, that, you do need a Skype number in that particular instance. But
Okay.
most of the most of the people if they're on a regular phone, they just call my regular phone, cell phone number, and it goes through just like a regular cell phone. Well, it is a regular cell phone. But if they want to, from Skype, they can call me from Skype and still reach my cell phone. So it works out really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that.
And Sandy, you're talking about Vonage. I actually have a Vonage line in here too. But the reason I have a Vonage line is because my T-Mobile service that I was using for Homeline uh, wouldn't accept fax numbers, wouldn't accept fax calls. I couldn't send or receive faxes. So I got the Vonage because with the Vonage I could send and receive faxes, and that's about the only thing my Vonage number actually does now. Except I do use it. I do use it for an answering service, answering machine. It records, and then when somebody leaves a message, it turns around and calls me on my cell phone and tells me. So, but
Yeah.
I have the Vonage line in there, but it's primarily because of the fax machine. If I could, and then, like I said, I
We
don't.
have a really
Go ahead.
good, cheap fax service. I'll send you the link. It's like $2 a month, $3 maybe.
Yeah.
Very cheap. I'm really tired of Facebook. I think I'll wrap this up for the night. I think I posted enough to annoy everybody for one night.
That's good.
I didn't think I had that many.
I'll be on, so I have to go too.
Well, what I did was I copied from the notifications I've gotten over the last few days,
Yeah.
and I just copied those links and made a new chart because most of the old ones were garbage anymore.
Right.
So there seems to be quite a few here yet. But I don't think I had that many. Yeah, there's quite a few here yet. We need to give it a rest.
Well, I appreciate y'all being in here. Reverend Dave just said he had to drop out, and he did. And I know we're getting real close to Robert's supper time. I made him run over into his supper time on Tuesday night, and
Uh,
that was just terrible, wasn't it? But he actually kind of kept coming in here with some more questions. Now, we had a really good call Tuesday. I really hate that it didn't get recorded.
hmm.
I thought I was recording it, and then when we closed the call and I went to go back and look and see what I'd recorded, it had about 6 seconds of a recording, and that was it. And then
Oh, darn
I
it.
realized I had started it, and I had paused it, and I never restarted the recording after 6 seconds. So anyway,
Oh.
if nobody has anything special we need to carry on about, and I'll stay in here and do that if we need to. But we'll go ahead and close this call out and say thank you, and we'll be back
I'll
on
see you on Sunday.
we'll be back on Skype for that, and we'll be back on phone line again next Thursday. And I am gonna start using the screen share as well on these calls. So in case anything does come up, and you will be able to dial in on your computer, and we can share a screen that way. So with that, I'm gonna say good
Cool.
evening,
Thanks.
and
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good
God
night.
bless y'all.
good night. God
God
bless
bless
you.
God
everyone.
bless you mightily. Okay. Good night.
Yeah, appreciate that.
And look forward to Sunday.
To stop conference recording, press 1. To return to the conference, press your conference recording has stopped.